Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with a quick channel update and a little bit of Q&A today. So let's have some fun with this. First of all, I just want to talk about the channel really quick. You guys are amazing. Holy smokes. When I started this channel, I was thinking 40, maybe 50 people in the fan base. I mean, at most 60. That was the most I thought I would ever get. I was never planning on the fan base ever growing more than, honestly, 50. 60 tops. Ladies and gentlemen, you blow me out of the water. You guys, seriously, I'm speechless, to be honest with you. The channel just hit 300 in the fan base. 300. I mean, hold on, let me refresh this. Hold on, maybe it grew again. 308 people in the fan base as of this recording. Holy smokes. Are
you kidding me?
I never dreamed. Not even close to that number. That is huge. So thank you guys. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for being a part of us and being a part of this. And I mean that sincerely, guys. Listen, I'm not in this by myself. I'm not an island of one. Okay? You guys are what make this channel happen.
That's the truth.
I know I'm the one doing the recording and stuff, but I look at this like a band in a way. You know, without the fans, there is no band. There's no live shows, there's no touring, there's none of that. So something a lot of bands lose track of, unfortunately, is the fans are everything. So I'm treating this channel like a band. So when I say things like we're in this together and be a part of us, I mean it. You guys are a huge, huge part of this channel. Okay, so if you guys ever feel like, you know, I don't appreciate you, you let me know, because that means I'm not doing my job. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of you. Thank you for making this channel as amazing as it's been so far, and we're just gonna keep getting better, guys. We are. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Secondly, I would like to talk a little bit about the whole Patreon thing. I've been doing some research, looking at other YouTubers and how they're doing their Patreon. There's no other way to say this. I'm disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted by some of the stuff I've seen. I've seen people using Patreon as an abuse. I mean, it really is an abuse. I mean, I'm not going to mention names. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about when I say I have seen Patreons with levels, and they're tiers. There's all these different tiers, right? I've seen Patreons with 8 tiers, 10 tiers, 15 tiers, and these rates are ridiculous. I mean, I've seen guys charging $50, $100, $150. I saw one charging $250. And here's the thing. Value, perceived value is everything, right? So I'm looking at this like $250 tier and I'm like, what in the world are you providing to justify $250? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Beats the hell out of me.
I wouldn't pay $50. I wouldn't pay $20 for what they were offering. I doubt they have anybody on that tier, because I surely wouldn't sign up for that. Oh, you get 3 guaranteed requests per month.
What the hell?
What?
What the hell?
What?
What the hell was that?
Oh, here's my favorite one. Not only that, but you also get to, you get your you get your questions answered in their show.
Unbelievable.
How hard is it to answer a question?
It's just hard.
$250. Are you kidding me?
No crying!
You're kidding me. So that's ridiculous. The reason I'm mentioning all this is just it's all about perceived value, right? So how do you justify charging people $50, $100, hell, even $20? How do you justify that? You have to give the people value to justify that type of a cost. Now, it has been suggested that I provide a multi-tier Patreon like everyone else does.
It's a trap!
I personally, this is just me talking, I personally don't see the need or the reason to provide multi-tiers. I don't get it. I don't see the reasoning behind it. You know, maybe you guys can help me with this. I mean, first of all, would you guys like multiple tiers on the Patreon? First of all, let's talk about that, because if you guys don't want it, then there's no reason to do it. If you guys would like more tiers, what would you ask for to justify a cost increase? I'm thinking this. If I were to do multiple tiers, I would do 3 tiers. I would do the $1 tier, which I have right now, which is not going to change. You guys get to come on to Patreon and watch the content that is blocked by YouTube, okay? I am never changing that. That is staying as is. I'm keeping it $1, and you guys can come in and watch all the videos that YouTube blocks at your leisure on your free time. I mean, it's whatever you guys want with that. Come in and watch at your leisure. Now, what would justify, from a value standpoint, a $3 tier and a $5 tier? It was suggested that I maybe do a couple of reactions every month exclusively for Patreon. I mean, I could do that. I kind of feel like I'm cheating the YouTube community by doing that. I kind of feel like I'm cheating the channel by doing that. But if that's what the Patreons want, maybe like Patreon exclusive requests, like if they request it specifically on Patreon, maybe, I mean, because I don't know, I just feel like it's cheating the YouTube channel if I do that, but we'll see. Another suggestion was, you know, do an entire concert. This is actually my brother's suggestion. Maybe I should react to an entire Pearl Jam concert. Well, I can guarantee you that will never get on YouTube. There's no way that entire concert is going to get posted up on YouTube. YouTube will never allow that to happen. So maybe put that on Patreon. I could see that, and if there's enough of demand for it, sure, maybe like once a month or something like that, or as a special. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But guys, this is where I'm going to need your help. A, is there an interest in more tiers? B, if there is an interest in more tiers, $3 and $5 tiers, what would you guys like to see as added value to those 2 tiers? Remember, the dollar's not going to change. That's not disappearing. That's not changing. What can I add in value to justify a $3 tier and a $5 tier? What would you guys like to see? Let me know.
Yes, please.
If that's even something you want. If you don't want it, don't worry about it. We'll keep it as it is. I'm perfectly fine with that. Speaking of the Patreon, I want to take I gotta give a big shout out to everybody who's joined the Patreon. When I started the whole Patreon thing, it was strictly to give people an opportunity to watch the videos that YouTube blocks, and I never thought that it would get above, 8, maybe 10 tops. I have 26 Patreons, and I want to give each and every one of them the credit that they deserve, because guys, you are rock stars. Thank you so much. So let's go down the list, shall we? We got Crystal Lahira, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Lahiri? Lahira? I don't know. Crystal. There's only one Crystal on there. Thank you. Robert Tailfeathers. Thank you, Robert. Byron Overlay, I'm not sure, but Byron, thank you. James Smith. Thank you, sir. Heath Kime. I know Heath's done a couple of requests on the channel. Thank you, Heath. We got Kate Claxton. Thank you, Kate. Deb1211. She's a big Pearl Jam fan. I know that. Thank you, Deb. Jason Cart. I know Jason's done a couple requests. Thank you, Jason. Paul Smith. Thank you, sir. Adam Flint. Thank you as well, sir. We got Lucas. Just Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. Mr. Stony G. Thank you, Mr. Stony G. Appreciate you. Jasmine K79. Thank you, Jasmine. We got Jeff Visir. We have Daniel Schmidt. Thank you, guys. Smid192. Thank you, Smid. Ray LaRose. Thank you, Ray. Rick Schneider. Thank you, Rick. CJ Rosenberg. Thank you, CJ. Lioness Lion. That's a pretty cool name. Thank you, Lioness. Jason Malari and Daniel Corsetti, thank you guys, both of you. Christian Flenty, yes, it's French. Christian Flenty, thank you, Christian. We got Salai Mutiara, thank you, Salai. This name, I hope I'm not gonna butcher this name. Is it Taya or Tia? There's two I's. If there was one I, I know it would be Tia, but there's two I's. So Taya Kalari, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if I am or not. And John Perry, thank you, John. Wow, all 26 of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And be assured that any money that this Patreon page earns is going to go right around and turned right around and reinvested into the channel, into upgraded equipment, better lighting, a better camera. That would be nice. A new chair would be very much appreciated. So anything that the channel makes, any money that the channel either makes through either through monetization or through Patreon, is going to get turned around and put back into the channel. Trust me, that's going to happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys for your support. I truly appreciate it. Now, speaking of Patreon and people abusing Patreon, I couldn't believe that. We'll answer your questions if you join the Patreon page. Are you kidding me? Never in a million years would I do that. I'm going to just answer your questions for free. So anytime you guys have questions you would like to ask me, feel free to ask, guys. My life is pretty much an open book. I'll answer any questions you want. There's two subjects I will not talk about, though. I'm just going to tell you right now. You can ask me anything about me, but not my family, okay? Leave my family out of this. I think there's certain boundaries that need to be kept, so I'm not going to talk about my family, so please don't ask. And the other thing I'm not going to talk about is my band. I know a lot of people have been already asking, you know, what's the name of your band? Where can we find them? Where can we listen to your music? Guys, I do not want to use this channel as a promotional tool for my band. I don't even want to be perceived or people think that I'm using this channel to promote my band, okay? That's not the purpose of this channel. So don't ask me about my band. That's all I'm going to say. If you guys dig around hard enough, I'm sure you'll find them. I've had several people tell me they have found it. And the people that have found it, congratulations. Awesome job. I'm glad you found it. But I don't want this channel to be used as a promotional tool, okay? So, let's answer some questions. Question number 1 comes from Joe Alvarado. He asks, where did I grow up? It's a good question. I grew up in a little town called Thousand Oaks, California. It's not so much a little town anymore. It's blossomed and flourished into a full-blown city. But yeah, I grew up in a little town called Thousand Oaks. It's in Ventura County here in Southern California. I was born in Los Angeles, and I am currently living in Los Angeles County. I'm not going to say specifically which city. Just be aware I do live in Los Angeles County somewhere. I have been a Southern California kid my entire life. So, yeah, growing up all the way, my entire childhood, all the way up until adulthood has been spent in Thousand Oaks. But now I'm living in Los Angeles County. So, hopefully that answers your question, Joe. Joe also asks, what does your brother think about you finally listening to Pearl Jam? Ask him. You've seen him in a lot of the comments. He comments on pretty much every video I do. So, you've seen him. I'm sure you know who he is. From what I understand, he is just over the moon about me listening to Pearl Jam. He rubs it in my face constantly. So glad you're coming around. Whatever. I wouldn't say I'm coming around. I will say I have found a newfound respect and a newfound level of admiration for Pearl Jam. I definitely see the value in Pearl Jam as musicians. Am I a fan? I wouldn't go that far yet. But my brother is absolutely over the moon. He is he's absolutely ecstatic. He really is. So there you go. Speaking of my brother asked a couple of questions as well. When are you going to play a sick bass solo on your channel? Never. Like just said, I'm not here to promote my music. I'm not here to promote my playing. I'm not here to promote my band. That is not what the channel's for. Every once in a while, I might bust out the bass. I might, just to play along with a song that I know if I'm really into it. I might, if the people want to see me do that, I might play along with the song. I don't know. We'll see. But am I ever going to do a sick bass solo? No. No. Save that for the band. Save that for stage. Sorry. My brother also asks, where's the beef?
Say what?
Going back to the 80s with this one, I see. Okay, well, where's the beef? It's on my smoker, son.
That's the truth.
I got a beautiful Traeger smoker grill. It's fantastic, and I've done some amazing things on it. I love smoking meat. I do. It's fun. It's a challenge. It's creative for me because I get to come up with all these different rubs that I make and sauces that I make. By the way, if you guys are ever interested in getting into things like that, smoking meat, making your own barbecue sauces and your own rubs and stuff like that, I can't believe I'm going to promote these guys. Free promo. Here we go. Check out barbecuepitboys.com. They have a channel here on YouTube. They have some amazing videos up there showing you step by step how to do every single thing. It's super fun, and their recipes are never complex. They are super easy, super simple. Even I can follow it. Just not too long ago, I actually smoked my first brisket following their recipe, served it to my family, and my family was blown away by it. They could not believe it was my first brisket. Super tender, super juicy, full of flavor. So and I owe it all to barbecuepitboys.com. Trust me. So if you guys are in the mood to check out some recipes, learn how to smoke meat, make your own rubs, marinades, sauces, and find some great smoking and grilling recipes, check them out. It's gonna be good. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, check them out for sure. But yeah, that's where the beef is. It's on my smoker, son. Smoking low and slow at 225 for the next 8 hours till it reaches an internal temperature of 180 and then pulls apart. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving right along before I make myself hungry here. Yeah, make you guys hungry too. Your Average Joe 42 asked a couple of questions. How do you tend to consume your music? Do you listen primarily while doing other tasks like driving or work? Do you put on a pair of headphones to listen to music regularly instead of other things like TV? Great questions, Joe. I'll start with the first one. I tend to primarily consume my music in the car when I'm driving. I don't drive a lot, but when I do drive, it's usually long distances, like over an hour drive each way. So that's where I do most of my music listening. I get to turn it up, blast it as loud as I want. I can sing along, and I don't care what other drivers think about me. I just don't care. In the house is a little tougher because I have neighbors, and I gotta be considerate. I do listen to music when I'm working on like editing and stuff like that, or if I'm gaming by myself and I'm doing a lot of grindy stuff on the games, I'll turn on some music to help me pass the time with the grind. Let's see, do I put on a pair of headphones and listen? No, I usually use my speakers, my monitor speakers, usually. Or if I'm in the car, obviously. I'm not going to put on a pair of headphones in the car. Don't do that. It's not safe. If I'm on tour, like if my band's on tour, obviously I got to be considerate of the people on the bus and whatnot, so I'll use my in-ears for that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as do I listen to music regularly instead of other things like TV, it's pretty balanced. I listen to music, I watch TV, I play video games. It's a pretty even ratio. Pretty even balance. Let's see. Leslie Woodley. Okay, this isn't so much a question. This is more of a comment or a suggestion. You should do merch with the catchphrase, "It'll get you there." Let's talk about merch. Because Leslie's not the first person to suggest I do merch. Merch is tricky. Merch is one of those things that, yeah, it can be very risky. There is an expense that goes with merch. There is a startup cost that goes with merch. You have to purchase the screens and have them burned, and that can, depending on the number of layers. Okay, let me break it down for you. So,
break it down!
Let's talk about shirts, okay? You make a shirt, and let's say the shirt has 2 colors, okay? You have to get 2 screens burned for each color, 1 color per screen. So, screens can run anywhere from $200 to $500 depending on the company and depending on how big the screen is and how much needs to be burned, how complex your design is. So let's go low, okay? Let's say I need 2 screens, $200. Okay, well there's $400 right there. Then you have to buy the shirts. And depending on how many shirts you buy is going to dictate how much you pay per shirt. So if I pay, let's say I buy 100 shirts, I'm going to be probably paying anywhere from $3 to $3.50 per shirt. Now, if I buy 1,000 shirts, I'll be paying $2.50 to $2.75 per shirt. If I buy 5,000 shirts, I'll be paying $1.75 to $2 per shirt. These are round figures. Obviously, these are not exact numbers, but these are just to give you an idea of how it works. But if I go with the cheaper price, that means I have to buy 10,000 shirts. And I'm going to be stuck with 10,000 shirts. Am I ever going to sell 10,000 shirts? Doubtful. So, merch is tricky. Merch is very, very tricky. I am all for doing merch as long as the demand is there. If the demand is there and people want it, sure, I'll do it. I'll do shirts. I'll do hoodies. I'll do hats. You guys want me to do baby onesies? I'll do onesies for babies. Sure. Little onesies with the "it'll get you there." Sure. Why not? Why not? I would do it if you guys want it. But it can't just be 5 or 6 people. To justify it, I would need like 100 people interested in doing shirts. You know? Sure, maybe. We'll see. Ladies, if you guys want thongs, you know, with, you know... Stay Fabulous on it? Sure, I'll do thongs with Stay Fabulous on it. I'll do whatever you guys want as far as merch goes. One of the big reasons I respect Kiss is they merchandise the hell out of themselves. A lot of people criticize the band for that. I think it was genius. They put their name on everything. You know, you name it, they branded themselves, and that's brilliant. I'd be down to do stuff like that, but the demand has got to be there. So hopefully that answers your question, Leslie. Or not your question, your comment. More than happy to do it as long as people want it. So, let's see what else. That's it. That's all for the questions. Cool. If you guys have other questions, please feel free to ask. I am not afraid to answer questions, and I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to say you have to be a Patreon member to do it. No, you don't. Just ask the questions. I'll answer them, I promise. Okay? Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for now, folks. So until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.